Pittsburgh, the 1985. Pittsburgh Cocaine Trials marked baseball's first major drug crisis. Federal prosecutors uncovered a cocaine ring tied to dealer Curtis Strong and numerous MLB players. Testimony from stars like Dave Parker, Keith Hernandez, and Tim Raines shocked fans as players admitted to using drugs during games. Commissioner Peter Ueberroth suspended 11 players, though most avoided lengthy bans through rehab and outreach programs. Strong was convicted and jailed. The scandal revealed widespread clubhouse drug use and led MLB to adopt its first structured anti-drug policies, reshaping how the league addressed substance abuse. Dwight Gooden. Dwight "Doc" Gooden's dazzling talent was undone by cocaine addiction. After winning the 1985 Cy Young Award at just 20, his life spiraled off the field. He missed the Mets' 1986 championship parade while on a cocaine binge and later failed multiple drug tests. Suspended for the entire 1995 season, Gooden's career became a tragic example of squandered potential. Though he achieved brief comebacks, addiction shadowed him for decades. His story became one of baseball's most haunting warnings about the destructive power of drugs, even on generational talent. Steve Howe. Steve Howe's career defined baseball's early war on drugs. A gifted left-handed reliever and 1980 Rookie of the Year, Howe was suspended 7 times between 1984 and 1992 for cocaine use. MLB finally banned him for life, though the penalty was later overturned on appeal. His struggles forced the league to strengthen its drug rehabilitation and testing policies. Despite several comebacks, Howe never fully escaped addiction. His 2006 death in a methamphetamine-related car crash tragically underscored how drug abuse could outlast even the strictest disciplinary action in sports. Keith Hernandez. Keith Hernandez became one of the most high-profile figures in the 1985 Pittsburgh Cocaine Trials. The Gold Glove first baseman admitted to heavy cocaine use from 1980 to 1983, saying it nearly ruined his career. MLB spared him suspension in exchange for cooperation and public service, and he later spoke candidly about addiction's toll on his life and performance. Hernandez's openness marked a turning point. His honesty helped shift baseball's approach from punishment to rehabilitation, showing that confronting the problem could lead to both recovery and redemption on and off the field. Tim Raines. Tim Raines' courtroom confession in 1985 stunned baseball. He admitted to carrying cocaine in his uniform and using it during games. After entering rehab in 1983, Raines turned his career around, becoming a perennial all-star and later a Hall of Famer. His honesty during the trials helped expose the sport's rampant cocaine culture, while his comeback embodied accountability and renewal. Raines eventually became an advocate for sobriety and mental health awareness. His story remains one of baseball's most powerful examples of recovery and resilience in the face of personal and professional downfall. Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry's immense potential was derailed by cocaine and alcohol addiction. A dominant slugger of the 1980s, he won Rookie of the Year and multiple titles with the Mets and Yankees. His career, however, was marked by repeated suspensions, rehab stints, and eventual prison time for drug-related charges. After years of turmoil, Strawberry achieved sobriety and became a minister and recovery advocate. His journey from chaos to redemption remains one of baseball's strongest reminders of how addiction can destroy and ultimately transform greatness. José Canseco. José Canseco became the defining whistleblower of the Steroid Era. In his 2005 book, Juiced, he confessed to extensive steroid use and exposed widespread doping among MLB stars like McGwire and Palmeiro. Initially ridiculed, his claims were later supported by investigations and the Mitchell Report. Canseco's openness made him both a pariah and a catalyst for reform. By forcing MLB to confront its steroid problem, he changed the sport forever, proving that even scandal can spark overdue accountability and systemic change. McGwire. Mark McGwire's epic 1998 home run chase restored baseball's popularity, but later came to represent the steroid era's moral conflict. After years of speculation, McGwire admitted in 2010 to using steroids to recover from injuries, though he denied they enhanced his power. The confession stained his legacy and hurt his Hall of Fame chances. Still, his later humility and coaching work reflected remorse, symbolizing the tension between greatness and integrity in modern baseball. Palmeiro. Palmeiro's fall became one of baseball's most infamous steroid scandals. In 2005, he forcefully denied using performance enhancers before Congress, but tested positive for stanozolol only months later. The revelation destroyed his credibility and overshadowed a career featuring 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. Though he claimed accidental use, few believed him. Palmeiro's collapse showed how denial and deceit could erase even the most accomplished careers in the steroid era. Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds' unmatched power and ties to the BALCO investigation made him the symbol of baseball's steroid era. Though he never failed a test, leaked testimony and his physical changes fueled doubt. Indicted for perjury in 2007, his conviction was later overturned. Despite owning the all-time home run record, Bonds' reputation never recovered. His Hall of Fame exclusion shows how suspicion alone can redefine greatness in baseball history. Roger Clemens, a seven-time Cy Young winner, became the pitching face of the steroid debate. Named in the 2007 Mitchell Report, he was accused by trainer Brian McNamee of using steroids and HGH. Clemens denied the charges and was acquitted in his 2012 perjury trial. Despite the verdict, his Hall of Fame hopes vanished. Clemens' case revealed how even proven legends couldn't escape doubt in baseball's steroid-tainted era. Alex Rodriguez. Alex Rodriguez's steroid saga defined baseball's modern PED era. After admitting to using steroids with Texas from 2001 to 2003, he was later exposed in MLB's 2013 biogenesis investigation. He received a record 2-1 game suspension, missing the 2014 season. Rodriguez later apologized, calling his actions self-inflicted wounds. Despite nearly 700 home runs, his legacy remains split between brilliance and betrayal, symbolizing baseball's ongoing struggle between fame and integrity. Ryan Braun, the 2011 NL MVP, first escaped punishment after appealing a positive testosterone test on technical grounds. But in 2013, biogenesis documents revealed his link to banned substances. Braun admitted guilt and accepted a 65-game suspension. His earlier denials and attacks on MLB's process ruined his credibility. Though he returned to solid form, his reputation never recovered. Braun's fall showed how PED scandals could destroy even the most celebrated modern stars. Manny Ramirez. Manny Ramirez's superstar career unraveled after repeated drug violations. In 2009, he was suspended 50 games for using a substance tied to steroid cycles. Another failed test in 2011 led to a 100-game suspension, prompting his brief retirement. He later served part of the penalty during a comeback attempt. Once one of baseball's most feared hitters, Ramirez became a symbol of MLB's new zero-tolerance policy for repeated offenders in the post-steroid era. Jason Giambi. Jason Giambi stood out for admitting his mistakes when others denied theirs. Linked to BALCO through leaked testimony, he apologized publicly in 2005, acknowledging limited steroid use during his MVP years. His honesty helped rebuild some public respect, allowing him to finish his career honorably. Giambi's openness contrasted sharply with peers' evasions, showing that accountability, however late, could lead to redemption in baseball's long fight against performance-enhancing drugs. Eric Gagne, once a dominant Dodgers closer, was named in the 2007 Mitchell Report for using human growth hormone. He admitted briefly taking HGH during injury recovery late in his career and later expressed regret. Once untouchable, his performance faded, mirroring the pressure pitchers face to maintain dominance. Though not charged, his reputation suffered, serving as a reminder that PEDs had reached even baseball's most respected roles. Miguel Tejada, the 2002 AL MVP, faced multiple drug controversies. In 2009, he pled guilty to misleading Congress about PED use and admitted buying HGH earlier in his career. Later in 2013, he received a 105-game suspension for amphetamines, the third longest in MLB history. Once known for power and durability, Tejada's career ended in disgrace, showing how PED temptations endured even after MLB's tougher testing era began. Robinson Cano's downfall shocked fans who admired his smooth play. In 2018, he was suspended 80 games for a banned diuretic linked to masking PEDs, then a full season in 2021 after another failed test. The second violation effectively ended his career. Once a superstar and champion, Cano's repeated offenses turned him into a cautionary tale, proving doping persisted even in baseball's supposedly clean modern era. Bartolo Colon. At 39, Bartolo Colon revived his career with Oakland only to test positive for testosterone in 2012. He accepted a 50-game suspension but later returned to pitch several more productive seasons. Fans admired his longevity, yet the violation left a permanent stain. Colon's case showed that PED use wasn't limited to sluggers. It also tempted aging veterans seeking to extend careers and defy time in the game's toughest stage. Melky Cabrera. In 2012, Melky Cabrera tested positive for testosterone while leading the league in batting average. To avoid punishment, he created a fake website promoting a non-existent supplement to deceive MLB investigators. The ploy failed, and he was suspended 50 games. Cabrera returned but never regained form or credibility. His case exposed the extreme lengths players went to hide PED use during baseball's peak steroid crackdown. D. Strange Gordon. In 2016, D. Strange Gordon tested positive for testosterone and clostebol shortly after winning a batting title and Gold Glove. The suspension stunned fans who viewed him as a finesse player, not a power hitter. Gordon denied intent but accepted an 80-game ban. His case proved no player type was immune to PED temptation, and the once-beloved speedster's reputation never fully recovered after the shocking revelation. Marlon Byrd. Marlon Byrd's late career resurgence ended under scandal. He tested positive twice, first in 2012 for tamoxifen, then again in 2016. Initially defensive, he later admitted using PEDs to recover from injuries. Byrd accepted responsibility and retired after his second suspension. Once praised for perseverance, his repeated violations showed how even hardworking veterans risked legacy and respect in pursuit of staying competitive in a demanding sport. Jenry Mejia. Jenry Mejia became the first player permanently banned under MLB's drug policy. Between 2015 and 2016, the Mets reliever failed 3 tests for steroids, including stanozolol and boldenone. The third triggered a lifetime suspension, later conditionally lifted in 2018. Once viewed as a rising star, Mejia's rapid fall embodied MLB's zero-tolerance stance, proving repeated doping violations would now end any career permanently, regardless of potential. Nelson Cruz. Nelson Cruz's 2013 biogenesis suspension linked him to banned substances, including testosterone and HGH. He accepted a 50-game ban, later returning stronger, posting multiple 40-homer seasons well into his late 30s. His powerful comeback reignited debate about PED deterrence. Did punishment reform or just pause success? Cruz's resurgence blurred lines between redemption and reward, redefining how fans viewed post-suspension performance and forgiveness in modern baseball. Andy Pettitte. Andy Petitte's response to PED allegations stood apart for honesty. Named in the 2007 Mitchell Report, he admitted using HGH briefly in 2002 to recover from injury and apologize publicly. His sincerity earned fans forgiveness, allowing him to retire with dignity. Unlike others who denied involvement, Petitte's candor minimized backlash and preserved respect, proving that immediate accountability could limit lasting damage to legacy and integrity. Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando Tatis Jr., once MLB's brightest young star, tested positive for clostebol in 2022, earning an 80-game suspension. He claimed the substance came from ringworm medication, but MLB upheld the ban. The incident cost him nearly a full season and his image as baseball's next global icon. Though he returned strong, his reputation suffered, reminding fans that modern testing spares no one, not even rising phenoms. Miguel Cabrera. In 2009, Miguel Cabrera's battle with alcohol and substance issues became public after a domestic incident involving police. Though never linked to PEDs, his struggles mirrored MLB's wider fight with addiction. Cabrera sought treatment and returned to win 2 MVPs and the Triple Crown. His openness inspired fans, shifting focus toward mental health, proving that not all baseball addictions stem from steroids, but deeper human struggles. David Ortiz. David Ortiz appeared on a leaked 2003 survey list suggesting PED use, though MLB later said results were unreliable. Ortiz denied wrongdoing and called for transparency, continuing to perform at an elite level until retirement. Inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2022, he remained a beloved figure. His case illustrated the confusion of early testing years, where incomplete data blurred guilt, innocence, and public judgment. Matt Lawton. In 2005, Yankees outfielder Matt Lawton became one of the first players suspended under MLB's new drug policy after testing positive for stanozolol. He immediately apologized, calling it the biggest mistake of his life. Although he finished the season, his career ended soon after. Lawton's honesty stood out in an era of denials, helping humanize the PED issue and encouraging more open dialogue about temptation in baseball. Guillermo Mota. Reliever Guillermo Mota became one of MLB's first repeat PED offenders. Suspended in 2006 and again in 2012, he received a 100-game ban after his second violation. Mota apologized but never regained a major role. His repeated infractions highlighted enforcement challenges across international players and journeymen. MLB's firm response underscored growing consistency, proving penalties applied equally to stars and role players under the league's evolving anti-drug policy. Baseball's long battle with drugs from cocaine to steroids reveals how ambition and pressure can corrupt even its brightest stars. Each scandal reshaped the game's rules and its conscience. Though MLB now enforces stricter standards, these stories endure as reminders that true greatness depends as much on integrity as on talent.